What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Grab a Snack, where we unpack all things rugby at the Olympics. I'm your host, Jazz Gray.
And I'm Nicole Palombo. Today we're going to be unpacking everything that went down on day one in the men's pools. We're going to go over our podium picks if they've changed, and some losses, some draws. A lot of things happened today that, might have messed up our outcomes. Some top tries, talk about what's going on in the Olympic Village, and get quizzed again. But first, let's talk about what we're snacking on. So today, I have two snacks. Going back with my Sweet Tooth Airhead Extremes.
Okay. I like
some
those.
Sugar today.
I like those.
This is what I'm really excited for. Our Director of Operations, Amy Squire, picked these up for me.
Oh,
they
wow.
are wrap snacks.
Oh, wow. Okay, I've never had those, but I've heard a lot about them.
Yeah, it's like little babies chips. So it's going to be salt and vinegar, barbecue, onion, garlic, cayenne pepper, and more. So basically every single flavor in a bag. I don't even know who Lil Baby is or what he sings, but I'm ready to try his chips. What do you have today?
Let's see. I have some chips from Chipotle, leftover bag of chips, some pico. All right, we gotta have a bev. I got some kombucha here, and also a bottle of water. So, nice. I like to have options, hit a lot of different flavor notes. So we got a few things over here. Nothing too crazy.
I'm going to try one of these before we get into it.
Go ahead.
I'm so curious.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
That's good?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't really know what flavor, because there's literally every single... Ooh. Cayenne's kicking in a little bit.
Okay.
But pretty good.
Dang, those do look good. That's crazy. That's so many flavors in one bag. Okay, well, let's get right into it, down to the nitty gritty. Now, before we get into it.
Let's hear it. What do you got?
I don't know if, this thing can zoom in, but look me in my eyes, people. All you A3s and you centers out there, give the ball up. And I'm talking every team. Get the ball to the edge. Say it with me. Get the ball to the edge. One more time. Get the ball to the edge. And when you get it to the edge, my edge people, stop cutting back in. We want to see the speed. We don't want to see crash balls all day and rucks. We want to see speed. Show the people what they want. Get the ball to the edge. Edge people, run. Please. Now that's one of my rants for the day. I'll stop it there. But man, you guys are pissing me off this morning. Fuck.
You literally said that last week, that you don't want a crash ball. You want to see the wings thrive, and guess you missed that today. So sorry about that.
Yeah, I was super sad. It was a sad day for Jazz Gray watching rugby. But that's fine. We did get to see lots of good rugby, so let's talk about it.
What do you want to start with? Oh my God, the Cayenne's coming back. These chips are actually a little hard.
I guess we can go pool by pool. I have my notes here on this envelope. It was all I could find this morning at 7 a.m. So I have my notes. I'm ready to go. We can start with Pool A. New Zealand, Ireland, South Africa, and Japan. I was shocked to see South Africa go 0-2. So sad for them because they're such a good bunch. They play good rugby. It's just the bounce of that ball, sometimes. Mm-hmm. New Zealand did what I thought they would do. Japan, even though they went 0-2, they had some good little scores there. They didn't not score a try, so I was happy about that for them. And then Ireland did what I knew they would do as well. They went 2-0. Lots of good rugby going on there. What did you think about that pool?
Went the way we kind of predicted. I mean, we knew New Zealand was going to be at the top. I know last week you said you wanted South Africa to do better. Sorry about that. Yeah. I did think Ireland was going to top it. However, we do some staff picks. You went 11-12. All you missed was just the draw, which we'll get into later. I did choose Japan against Ireland. I really wanted them to come out with a win today.
Wow.
But I don't know why I put that down because I knew Ireland was going to come out second. After I looked at my chart, I was like, what are you thinking? Tough pool. We knew this was going to happen. So nothing really breakthrough there, I feel.
Yeah, same. And then Pool B, Argentina, Australia, Samoa, and Kenya. We had Argentina 2-0, Australia 2-0, Samoa 0-2, Kenya 0-2. I will say, those Kenyans played their hearts out. They play really well, which I knew they would do. Like, they always come to bang. Like, they're very, very physical side, energetic side. So they definitely brought that today, but unfortunately, the scoreboard didn't show that. But I'm sure they're happy with their performance in a way. So I was happy for them. Argentina and Australia just did what I thought they would do. I was super surprised. I guess I missed the whole thing on Marcus Moneta coming back after breaking his leg. I thought he was out for this Olympics, but he was there. He played some minutes. So it'll be interesting to see how they use him throughout the tournament, just with like him just coming back from injury. But he is like the best player on their team. So it'll definitely be interesting to see like how his minutes go on day 2 for sure.
Did you like any of the Kenya celebrations? Did they give you any dancing in the?
They was getting a little jiggy. I was like, okay. Always love that. Yeah, they're always like so energetic, and I love that. So
All right, you want to get into
Pool C. Pool C, we have Fiji who went 2-0. We knew they would. France who went 1-1-0, and USA that went 0-1-1. Uruguay who went 0-2. So yeah, Fiji is really hitting all the marks for me. I will say, I think they're playing better than they were on the series, to be honest. I was like super surprised by how well they were playing, but I feel like they made a statement today, like, we've been doing this for a while. This is our house, and well, it's not their house, but like rugby, this is our thing. And yeah, they really put on a good showing today, so I was happy with them for that. France got a win in front of their home crowd. USA. Let's just take a deep breath. I'm not gonna get angry, of course, but Marcus, I don't know why you kicked that ball out, bud. I don't know if we had a segment for like, what were you thinking? This would be one of those, what were you thinking? Now, let me take a step back. This may have been you guys' game plan. Maybe you weren't confident in yourselves to go out and score another try or, what have you. And that's fair. But what were you thinking? I got to know. Leave it in the comments, please. Yeah, I didn't understand that. Why would you kick it out? It wasn't like you guys were backed up into your own end. I was just like, what? Oh, okay. But I mean, in a situation, if they felt like they weren't confident enough to score and they didn't want France to score, I get it. But back yourself, bud. Back your teammates. Back the dogs. Yeah, I was sad about that.
I think a lot of people were. I was watching Twitter a lot today. I think I'll play devil's advocate here. I think in rugby sense, they are in the tough pool where the draw is better than the loss there. Maybe smart decision because maybe they would have lost the ball. I don't know. But I can see you want the other way.
We will never know. We will never know now because that ball was kicked so far up the stands, it's probably still traveling upward. But yeah, and then we turn around against Fiji, and it's just against a team that good, you can't go down 30 points in the first half. At halftime, it was, don't worry, I have it written down. It was 5-33. So my starters, what are you doing? You can't get scored on 33 points in the first half and then you want people to come off the bench and save the day. It just doesn't work like that. So that was just disappointing. The second half, we scored 7 points. They only scored 5. So, you do better in the first half and then you give yourself a fighting chance. But yeah, I'm sure they're super disappointed about that. Tomorrow, they'll have to put on a super good showing to try to make it to the next stage. And I'm sure they will. I have faith in them. That just made me angry. Just as a fan watching, it's like, what? Come on. Just pop the balloon, but hey, tomorrow.
Want to talk about good old Orrin Bizer, who you said last week was someone that you were looking forward to seeing? I thought he put on a good showing today.
He definitely did. I feel like, even in that game with it being a tie, they had like so much like resilience show just with like chase back tackles, hold-ups. It was just a lot of resilience in that game, and he ended up scoring in the Fiji game, I believe, too. So, yeah, it was just cool to see. Like, he's one of the young guys, but he was really just out there, like, he owned the place. So that was cool. Cool to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to see him and Lucas out there just tearing it up, especially as the young guns. So it's really exciting to see kind of them starting out now and where they're going to be in a couple of years from now. I mean, where they're going to be tomorrow. I mean, They were kind of like leaders on the field today. So, and then seeing where the program might be in a couple of years. But yeah, Lucas made a great try save and then brought it down the next play or like the next two plays for a try against France. Orrin had a great try save as well. So he kind of helped make it that draw. And then, like you said, he had a try in the final game. So, I mean, really good day for the young guys. And Marcus, I mean, he came in, his first touch was a try.
Right.
So, like, that was pretty exciting to see. There was some really good energy, I think, after that first game. And on Twitter was blowing up. I got a lot of notifications of people being like, whoa, like, rugby's awesome. So it seemed like rugby gained a lot of new fans in USA today. I will say we got some fans in the France game, and I'm a little worried. Maybe we chase them away in the Fiji game. I'm hoping people want to stay around.
Right.
But no, which is great. Like, this is exactly kind of what we talked about last week, too, is just that, when USA does well, it's going to turn the sport around in the United States here. So we already saw that a little bit today. So I'm excited to see how it keeps going with the guys. Hopefully they keep going on the upward trajectory.
And were there any like standout performers or any highlight moments for you, or
seeing Orrin do that, especially because yesterday we put out a reel saying that, his dream was to be in the Olympics, and his dream started today, and he did a really good job today, I think. So really want to give a shout out to Orrin, but also, I said this last week, story writes itself with Antoine Dupont. He had a really good try against Uruguay. So, I mean, the town just lit up for him there. So It's pretty cliche for me, but, I think I got to just keep riding this train where they are writing the story for themselves. Oh, but loved that the fans booed USA coming out of the tunnel against France. You hear that?
I did hear that, and I was like, come on, people, be nice. Be nice. There's no need for that. I feel like the same, too. For me, I think the try of the day was in the New Zealand-South Africa game. It was like coming down the side, offload out, offload back in, offload out, offload back in to the score. I was like, wow, that was amazing. So that was like the highlight for me. I don't really have necessarily like a standout player. I just like commend everybody for being out there. Like, those are the best people from their country. So it was just super cool to just see everyone out there doing their thing. And there weren't many like blowouts. There were a few, but like there weren't many blowouts. So I like that. There were no upsets that I saw except for the tie, but we won't go back into that because I'm trying to flush it. But Marcus, why did you do that? Okay, I'm done with it. I'm gonna leave it there. Did you have any upsets?
I did have Samoa over Australia. I was really hoping they were going to come out hot after being relegated, just trying to prove people wrong, but they proved me wrong.
Yeah.
So did not happen there. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's the big day. So we'll see who kind of comes out fighting and swinging, and who's going to make it to the quarterfinals. I think that's when we're going to maybe see some dogs come out.
Do you know like what USA needs to do to make it to the quarterfinals?
They have to win and beat Uruguay, and then we could still make it to the quarterfinals. I'm not counting them out yet. I'm still thinking USA is going to the bronze medal match. I know you're pissed at them, Jazz. I know your emotions are high with them, but tomorrow's a new day. They're gonna seal the deal. France is going to lose, but then that messes up my podium pick. So now my whole thing is just washed, gone. It's okay. I'll sacrifice it if that means the boys are going to the quarterfinals.
And I 100% think they can do it. Like I said before, like, yes, I was upset about the kicking out of the ball, but, you know, that could have been their game plan going in. Like, they just wanted to, you know, tie and be safe and live to fight another day. 100%. So, yeah, tomorrow I'm thinking they'll definitely come away with the win. Hopefully France can, you know, not do too well. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The games tomorrow are going to be some to watch for sure.
What do you think they need to work on? What's going to help them win?
Got it right here.
Let's hear it.
So here's the thing. I think that they talk a lot about being dogs, and they need to be that in the tackles. They need to start making their one-up tackles. Too many missed tackles. And they really need to own the restart. You have to starve people of possession, because the more you give someone the ball, the more they have a chance to score. Now you got to be making tackles, and they weren't making tackles. So I think those should be the two things that they focus on tomorrow, just making those one-up tackles and owning the restart. We got to get that ball back as much as we can. What about you? What do you think they need to work on?
Tackles. Saw quite a few in Fiji. Just go on by. I think I was in a trance during France. Ooh, trance during France.
Okay.
I feel like I didn't pay attention too much about like all the analytical. I was more of like, holy crap, like they might win. I think I was more in a daze. But yeah, in Fiji, I think they exposed their weaknesses quite a bit. So the tackling was the biggest one for me there.
And it was super disappointing, because it's just like everyone knows, even people who don't watch rugby know that they're going to offload. So you have to make your tackles and cover those offload lanes. And I just feel like that had to have been said in the locker room before going out there. So just like sticking to the game plan and executing at this point. And tomorrow is definitely the day that they need to do that. So hopefully they can improve those two things, and we're sailing to the podium. Hey, yo.
Never again.
All right, let's go podium picks. I don't think anything has changed for me. I think I'm still staying steadfast. I will say that at times, France looked very good. So it'll definitely be interesting to see like how things shake out when it comes quarterfinal time. Like who's really gonna... There were a lot of people in those stands. So
Yeah.
It'll definitely be interesting to see like who's gonna make something shake when the pressure's on in the quarterfinals. So I think I'm gonna stick with mine. New Zealand taking the gold, and Australia coming with the silver, and then you're gonna have Argentina with the bronze. Those are my picks.
Yeah, the stands were crazy. It was actually a record-breaking crowd of 69,000 people at Stade de France. Stade de France. I'll say it American. Stade de France. So a record-breaking crowd. Yup, you did hear the cheers. You did hear the boos.
Yeah.
Great to see it. Yeah, your podium looks like it's still intact.
Yeah. As far as the stands, I got a text from Naya, and I was asking her if she watched the game, and she was like, no, we were in training, but I saw the people in the stands. Holy shit. And I was like, yeah, I think the announcer said it was like 69,000 people out there. And she was like, that's wild. So yeah, I think that would probably be the biggest crowd that a lot of these rugby players have ever played in front of. So
your podium picks are still intact. Draw really threw mine off there. So I had France first, New Zealand second, and then Argentina was third for me.
Yeah,
so
you're
because
still intact too, right?
It depends, because I also have USA in fourth there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I had USA in fourth as well, but
New Zealand probably going to end up taking the gold there. So we'll see. And then maybe Argentina comes in third. I guess we'll see how I pan out.
Yeah, I'm so curious to see how much Marcus Moneta is going to play. I feel like that's going to weigh a lot on where they end up. I think they need him to be successful. So
how tough it is it, because again, I don't play rugby. How tough is it on your body to play all these games back to back? And especially like you're giving your all, you're emptying your tank in these games because it's the Olympics. So how tough is this on their bodies right now?
I think it's super tough, especially when you have players that are like 14-minute players. You saw Perry out there for, a large amount of those minutes. So it's just like, and he's, 40? So I can just only imagine, like, it's super tough on the bodies for those players and just for the impact players. Even if you only come in for a minute, they're colliding pretty hard out there. So it's super tough on the bodies. But I think rugby is a sport where they put the recovery like as a priority. So I'm sure they're somewhere in Normatex, in an ice chamber, in a sauna, something, recovering their bodies good to go for tomorrow. So
let's move on over to some social standouts. I've been seeing a lot of cool stuff over there. One thing I'm loving is the girls have rebranded the Olympic Village to the Olympic Villa.
Yeah.
And are taking this like a little reality TV show, and I think that is so funny because like that could actually be something. Like that is so funny. Like the world's best athletes just shooting the shit and just like having fun over there. So I thought it was just funny that they're calling it the Villa.
It is pretty cool, and it seems like it's catching on. So that's pretty cool to see too. And they're just making light and making fun of it. So it's good to see them like having fun and not just being super stressed. So yeah, that is pretty funny.
I think they also got de-stressed the other day when they met Snoop Dogg.
I did see that. That.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I call them USA's mascot because I don't really know exactly what his official title is, but I know he's like hanging around Team USA doing some stuff. So pretty cool that they all got to meet him. Oh, and some of the girls met Simone Biles. Pretty
I did
sick.
See that. She is a small woman. Very small woman.
We were saying that. We saw Ari crouching next to her.
Yeah, I'm like, how tall is this lady?
I was like, Ari's so small. So how small is she? I mean, granted, still one of the best female athletes in the entire world. We're not dissing Simone Biles. Do not come at us. I love the girl. Just saying. Yeah, I did not realize. I guess she was that small.
Yeah, that was cool to see. It's cool to see them just like connecting with other athletes because they're technically all in the same field of professional sports. So it's definitely cool to see, and they seem like they're having fun. It seems like it's so much to do, so much to eat, so much to see. So it's definitely cool to see on the socials. I'm like stalking the Instagrams nonstop. So
all right, as we're talking about some of the top athletes out there like Simone, who is the most famous athlete in your phone?
In my phone? Trying to think. I mean, you might not know who this. Well, I would. It would be between two people. I do have Jerry Stackhouse's number, basketball player, NBA. His brother and my dad are friends, and
that's pretty cool.
We see each other every now and again. But yeah, it would have to be at this point. It would have to be Alona Mar. Yeah, she's. Honestly, I'm surprised when I get a text from her or a text back. I'm like, wow, you still remember me? So, yeah, I would have to say Lo is probably the most famous athlete in my contacts in this era. Jerry Stackhouse, he had his time.
It's pretty cool that you have his number now after looking up who he is. But, yeah, Alona, definitely top-tier athlete.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Pretty cool that you guys are buds, and you're wearing the Secret shirt, which you were in her commercial with. You did an awesome job.
Thank you. 72 hours odor protection is what they say. So, yeah, that was a cool experience, and that was something that like I was only able to do because of her. So, yeah, that was super cool. And yeah, go get that deodorant.
I thought the commercial was funny. Don't get me wrong. Like I thought, like when you popped out, like. That was good, but I also loved the reel. I don't know if it was. I think Alona posted it, but it was. Who do you think? Who's the sweatiest on the team? She's like, and then you just come out like it's you. Just use it. It's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you guys did an awesome job with that. That was funny.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. But she's funny. She's doing all her stuff on the TikTok and Instagram, and wow, I felt super old saying that because only old people say on the TikTok. Like
the TikTok.
It's just TikTok. You don't have to put the in front of it. Wow, we got to cut that out. But Yeah, she's superstar. She's a superstar, so it's cool to know her for sure. Let's get into it. My favorite part of the show is quiz time. All right.
Ugh,
You said they were easy last time, so I got a little tough one for you.
I know. I really shouldn't have done that to myself.
And the thing is, like, I say it's tough only because, like, I didn't know this for a long time, but I'm sure it's probably easy. All right, we're going to go true or false today.
Okay. 50-50 shot.
50-50 shot. True or false? The kickoff must go 10 meters in the air before the kicking team can compete for it.
I don't know if you're wording it in a way that's going to trip me up. Because I know it has to travel 10 meters. I don't know if it has to go, like, in the air 10. So I'm going to just say true.
Is that what you're locking in?
Well, I guess because, like, when you're saying in the air, you're saying, like, it has to shoot straight up 10 meters?
Hey, the question is the question. I can't be helping you here. Are you locking in true?
I'm going false because I'm interpreting as it's kicking up in the air 10 meters, but I know it has to go forward 10 meters.
False is correct. It can have a little bounce, as we saw in that South Africa game. He tried to send a little grubber through, so that can happen. And if you kick it through onto the ground and it goes 10 meters, you can then play it as well. Good job. I tried to stick that in there, trip you up. All right,
You almost had me.
I might go to Google now because now it's making me angry that you haven't gotten them wrong. So next time, it's on.
When I have a question for you though, to kind of help me learn a little bit. You've been talking about crash balls. Can you explain what a crash ball is?
I say crash ball. I would say that's more of like a 15s thing, but like we'll say it. But it's when you take it in and you know that you're gonna get tackled. So like a lot of people go in between two players to draw two defenders to create like a mismatch on either side. That's a crash ball.
Got it. And then hopefully when the two come up, you pop it over,
100%.
find the lane. Got it.
100%. We
Put
hate
me out
those.
there.
We hate those. We hate those.
Yeah. No. Wings. We want speed.
We want speed. What do we want? Speed. When do we want it?
Now.
Tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow.
Because today we didn't get it. We didn't get it today. And I was angry. But that's okay. I'm getting over it. I went to anger management. I'm fine. Everything's fine. It's all fine.
I guess we'll see tomorrow how you come into this.
Hey, don't make me angry tomorrow. I don't want to be angry 2 days in a row. You won't like me then. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Grab a Snack. We just unpacked all things rugby on day 1. Tune in tomorrow for day 2. I'm sure it's going to be just as wild, just as crazy. You can tune in on Spotify or YouTube. All right, see you next time. Thank you guys again.